For decades, the status of Taiwan has been a point of contention between China and the international community. Beijing views Taiwan as a breakaway province and a vital piece of its One China policy. Reunification with Taiwan is a core objective for the Chinese Communist Party. However, Taiwan has evolved into a vibrant democracy with a distinct identity. Taiwan represents a significant obstacle to China's regional and global aspirations. Taiwan's strategic location makes it crucial in international trade and security. Taiwan's semiconductor industry, especially TSMC, is pivotal in the global tech supply chain. TSMC's advanced microchips are essential for global technology. China's determination to absorb Taiwan stems from historical and strategic interests. Control over Taiwan would grant China a commanding presence in the first island chain. This would enhance China's naval power and potentially threaten U.S. military bases. Gaining control of Taiwan's semiconductor industry would solidify China's technological dominance. Any attempt by China to annex Taiwan by force would trigger a geopolitical earthquake. The U.S. and its allies have a vested interest in maintaining peace in the Taiwan Strait. A conflict over Taiwan risks drawing major powers into a direct confrontation, with devastating outcomes for the global economy and international security. Faced with the looming threat from China, Taiwan has adopted a defense strategy known as the Porcupine Doctrine. This approach acknowledges China's overwhelming military superiority and focuses on making any invasion as costly and painful as possible for the aggressor. Instead of engaging in a conventional military confrontation, Taiwan aims to deter China through a combination of asymmetric warfare tactics, robust defenses, and international support. The Porcupine strategy centers on denying China the ability to achieve a swift and decisive victory. Taiwan's mountainous terrain and complex coastline provide natural barriers against amphibious assaults, while its well-trained armed forces are equipped with mobile, survivable weapon systems designed to inflict maximum damage on invading forces. Taiwan has invested heavily in anti-ship missiles, mobile artillery, and air defense systems, creating a layered defense network intended to bog down and attrit Chinese forces. A key element of the Porcupine strategy is the utilization of asymmetric warfare tactics. This involves leveraging Taiwan's strengths, such as its technological prowess and knowledge of local terrain, to offset China's numerical and material advantages. Taiwan has been developing capabilities in cyber warfare, electronic warfare, and unmanned systems to disrupt Chinese command and control, degrade its logistical networks, and inflict significant casualties. The United States has played a critical role in bolstering Taiwan's defenses and deterring Chinese aggression. While the U.S. maintains a policy of strategic ambiguity regarding its commitment to defend Taiwan in the event of an attack, it has provided Taiwan with billions of dollars in military aid and arms sales over the years. These arms sales have included advanced weaponry such as F-16 fighter jets, Patriot missile defense systems, and Harpoon anti-ship missiles, significantly enhancing Taiwan's ability to defend itself. Beyond direct military assistance, the U.S. has also taken steps to strengthen its security partnership with Taiwan and enhance its international standing. The U.S. has conducted joint military exercises with Taiwan, increased high-level diplomatic engagement, and encouraged other countries to deepen their ties with Taipei. These actions demonstrate U.S. support for Taiwan's autonomy and serve as a deterrent against Chinese aggression. Recently, the U.S. Congress has been considering legislation such as the Taiwan Policy Act of 2022, aimed at further bolstering Taiwan's defenses and deterring Chinese aggression. The proposed legislation includes provisions for increased military assistance, expedited arms sales, and enhanced diplomatic engagement with Taiwan. While the Biden administration has expressed concerns about certain aspects of the legislation, it has reaffirmed its commitment to supporting Taiwan's self-defense capabilities. While China may be tempted to use military force to achieve its reunification goal, such a move would carry enormous economic risks. Taiwan is a major trading partner for China and a critical link in global supply chains. An invasion or blockade of Taiwan would disrupt these vital economic connections, causing significant damage to both the Chinese and global economies. Taiwan is a major producer of electronics, semiconductors, and other high-tech products that are essential for many industries worldwide. A conflict in the Taiwan Strait would disrupt the production and shipment of these goods, leading to shortages and price hikes across the globe. The impact on the semiconductor industry in particular would be devastating, as Taiwan's TSMC is the world's leading manufacturer of advanced chips. Furthermore, a military conflict over Taiwan would likely trigger a wave of sanctions and economic retaliation from the United States and its allies. These sanctions could target key sectors of the Chinese economy, such as finance, energy, and technology, causing long-term damage to China's growth prospects. The potential loss of foreign investment and access to critical technologies would further hinder China's economic development. Section 5. War Games and Warning Signals. Escalating Tensions. Tensions in the Taiwan Strait have escalated in recent years, fueled by China's increasingly assertive military activities and bellicose rhetoric. China has conducted numerous military exercises simulating an invasion of Taiwan, including live fire drills and incursions into Taiwan's Air Defense Identification Zone, also known as ADIZ. These provocative actions are intended to intimidate Taiwan and erode its defenses while signaling China's resolve to achieve reunification, even through military force. China's growing military capabilities, particularly its naval and missile forces, pose a significant challenge to Taiwan's security. China's People's Liberation Army Navy, or PLAN, has rapidly modernized in recent years, acquiring advanced warships, submarines, and aircraft carriers. China's missile arsenal has also grown significantly, with the development of hypersonic missiles and long-range ballistic missiles capable of striking targets throughout Taiwan. In response to China's military buildup and aggressive actions, Taiwan has stepped up its own defense preparations. Taiwan has increased its defense budget, accelerated the procurement of new weapon systems, and intensified military training exercises. Taiwan has also sought to strengthen its international partnerships and rally support for its cause in the face of Chinese pressure. Section 6. The Taiwan Strait, a global flashpoint. The Taiwan Strait is a potential flashpoint for a wider conflict involving major powers. The United States and its allies would likely be drawn into any conflict. The risk of miscalculation and escalation is high. A minor incident could spiral out of control. The international community must prevent conflict. Section 7. China's internal struggle, nationalism versus pragmatism. Within China, the issue of Taiwan evokes deep emotions and nationalistic sentiment. The Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, has long used the goal of reunification to bolster its legitimacy and rally public support. However, there is also a strong pragmatic streak within the CCP, recognizing the enormous risks and costs associated with a military conflict over Taiwan. China's economic rise over the past few decades has been nothing short of remarkable, transforming the country into a global economic powerhouse. The CCP leadership is acutely aware that a war over Taiwan would jeopardize this economic progress, potentially setting China back decades. The economic sanctions, trade disruptions, and loss of foreign investment that would likely follow a conflict would be devastating for China's economy. Moreover, a protracted and bloody conflict over Taiwan could have destabilizing consequences for China's internal security. The CCP has long sought to maintain social stability and quell any potential sources of dissent. A war with Taiwan, particularly one that resulted in heavy casualties, could spark widespread unrest and challenge the CCP's grip on power. Section 8. The Fog of War. Miscalculation and Unintended Consequences. One of the most significant dangers in the Taiwan Strait is the risk of miscalculation and unintended escalation. With tensions running high and military activities increasing, a minor incident or misunderstanding could quickly spiral out of control, leading to a wider conflict. The lack of clear communication channels and confidence-building measures between China and Taiwan exacerbates this risk. The potential for miscalculation is further heightened by the presence of multiple actors in the region, each with its own interests and calculations. The United States, Japan, Australia, and other regional powers all have a stake in the outcome of the Taiwan issue, and their actions or inactions could inadvertently contribute to an escalation of tensions. The fog of war, with its inherent uncertainty and confusion, could lead to a situation where rational actors make irrational decisions based on incomplete or inaccurate information. In the heat of the moment, with military forces on high alert and political pressure mounting, even a small miscalculation could have catastrophic consequences. Section 9. A World on Edge. The Stakes of the Taiwan Crisis. The Taiwan crisis is not just a regional issue, it has global implications. A conflict in the Taiwan Strait would have profound consequences for international peace and security, the global economy, and the rules-based international order. The world is watching closely as tensions rise, recognizing the high stakes involved. A war between China and Taiwan, particularly if it drew in the United States, would be a humanitarian disaster. Millions of lives would be at risk, and the economic fallout would be felt worldwide. The global economy, already grappling with supply chain disruptions and geopolitical uncertainty, would be plunged into chaos. Moreover, a conflict in the Taiwan Strait would have far-reaching geopolitical consequences. It would shatter the fragile peace and stability that has existed in the Indo-Pacific region for decades, potentially leading to a new Cold War between the United States and China. The rules-based international order, already under strain, would be severely undermined. The international community must work together to prevent a conflict in the Taiwan Strait. Diplomacy, dialogue, and de-escalation are essential. The stakes are simply too high to allow this crisis to spiral out of control.